Hey there, Internet. Keeve here, and welcome to the Cars and Keeve YouTube channel. What do I have before you? Yes, once again, more Amazon battery spray foamers. Now, you're going to see people are going to have opinions left and right on this. Hey, you should have just got an IK. You should do this. You should do that. This is too much money. That's too much money. But guess what? Those are all opinions and all valid, really. It's all needs and wants, right? I don't want to pump spray anymore. Do I need this? I don't know. But I want something like this. And that's why I keep trying to find the better ones. And what keeps coming out of Amazon is, it's either great or it's junk. This has multiple listings. When I bought it, it was like 40 something dollars, but it was the only one. Now there's multiple listings out. There's one that's even like 30 bucks. It sits really balanced like this, pretty good. But once it's full of compressed air, it becomes just a wobbler. It blows out the bottom. I can't show you that because it leaks so much air. I can't get it to compress. So it started out as a pinhole leak right here. You can kind of see the crack. You see how it's gotten worse. See how it's split all the way across? That is really bad manufacturing right there. So we're not going to be able to test this one. Now with the problems that we had with this one, the fact that it worked really well for me and I suggested a lot of people bought it and had issues, we want to make sure we torture test these for several weeks before we make the video. So that way, if it doesn't work well, we may not make a video. Tons of products don't make videos. Kind of want to show you this because it's an amazing product with just one flaw. It's going to be up to you to decide whether you think that flaw is worth buying or not. So for 2 weeks, we kept this full of Brake Buster, 5-to-1. It's a pretty alkaline wheel and tire cleaner. And to simulate the fact that you would use this for like wheels and tires, you wouldn't use this for a whole car. Even though their advertisement says 100 milliliters of product in here with 1.5 liters, which is its max, we'll do 12 cars. That's the absolute funniest thing I've ever heard. This thing would barely do a car by itself. A whole car foamed. I would never suggest anything this small for doing a whole car. Now for that 2 weeks, 2 to 4 times per day, just depend, I would double foam. I would foam, rinse, and then foam again to kind of simulate multiple cars. It's kind of putting a couple months worth of use into just a couple of weeks. And that's why on day 3, the other one just kind of blew out because I left them completely compressed. I did not relieve the compression every time because I didn't want to do a perfect scenario. I wanted to show if you tortured these, what would they do? That's the one problem with buying these products in this lower price range. Both of these were like between 30 and 40 bucks. This one's about 40. This one's about 35. In that price range, I mean, the manufacturing quality tolerances and all that kind of stuff for these companies, it's just not there. This is thick HDPE. This is PET plastic. So definitely not as strong, but it is double layered. So you can tell, how thick it is. But the bottom can't be impacted by compressed air, making it bow out because it's got this plastic around the bottom that kind of helps it sit. And it is the most balanced battery foamer that you can possibly get. Literally, it's empty. You can't knock it over. Comes with the USB-C cable, Fantic, take notes. You also get a couple extra filters and an extra plastic piece that kind of sits in here, and that's where the filters are housed. Here we are up close. That button, push it down to charge. Here's your button. Slightly pull down, it'll just spray once you have compression in there, and then further down, it'll compress and spray. There's no way of opening it without like a screwdriver or something to release the pressure manually. When you're charging, it turns red. When you're done charging, the light turns off. And then when you hit the button or you compress, it turns on. So obviously you have the spray tip that will spin around and then you can tighten this down. Inside of here is this plastic assembly. That's what you have one extra of in that baggie that houses your 2 filters. It's just this little rubber O-ring type thing here that you can pop out and that'll allow you to change these filters out. You see here, this is where the air comes out of your compressor. That's where the batteries are. And here is your straw. Now up here is where you lubricate the gears. So there's your gears. They have in the maintenance manual to put some lubricating oil in there. It should come pre-lubed. You shouldn't have to supply your own to get it started. So you have to be careful once you get done pumping. You keep hearing air come out here, you just waste your battery. It's not like it's going to overcompress because the air is releasing from here, but it's a poorly made pressure relief valve. It basically only works to relieve from the tank. So really the only true manual way to release pressure is to undo the top kind of like that. There you go. And the main reason I like this is I really like the handle. I like the build of the top compared to this. A lot of these parts on here feel very 3D printed style, like not very well finished, like very rushed or just a cheaper build. The manifold is very stout. This is just slightly larger, more room for your hand versus this, where your hand is kind of almost touching the bottle. This one, you have much more room. So before we get any further, don't forget to check out the links below for anything in the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get to testing. For our testing, we have our usual products. We have Incredible Suds and Brake Buster. Now, Brake Buster on this one is 10-1, and Incredible Suds is 64-1. Now, why am I using a higher dilution ratio for water? That's mainly because they foam so good, these products. I wanted to double the dilution. The Incredible Suds is a great foaming soap. It is a great cleaning soap as well. Code Cars with Kiwi save you 10% on their website. Brake Buster, I have a link below on Amazon. Just a great overall wheel and tire cleaner. Now this one, you just push the button, it's going to fill it up, and when it hits the amount of pressure, it's going to turn off. I can relieve the pressure all I want. When I push the trigger down, it's going to spray until it feels that it needs the pressure, and it will automatically turn on and fill up and turn off again. Since it's our current favorite, we're going to show you what it's like first. As you can see, if you go at a steady speed and the right fan spray, it sprays nice and thick, which is perfect for wheels and tires. And I mean thick. This also has a lock, so if I push down and I push forward, it's going to keep spraying. Here we are up close. Just great spray. Even closer. And once you back away, obviously it gets lighter and you have to go much slower. That's why I think this is perfect for wheels and tires. Well, here's something that's quality and works every time. Elay. I love this. I say this in every video. It's my favorite spray wand. I got the quick connect up here so I can quick connect my different nozzles. This one is the kind of pressure nozzle at the medium setting. This is great. You see also the Hydrolite coating from DIY Detail is performing amazing still. Like I said, 2 straight weeks of Brake Buster 2 to 4 times a day. This thing has been enduring. Obviously, it's a chemically resistant ceramic coating. It is doing what it's supposed to be doing, but it's going to get a year of that kind of abuse. Here we go. It is a much thicker, drier type of foam. You see it's not moving as fast as the other one. When you get really close, man, that is thick. It's crazy. Here's up close. Further away, just like the other one, it's not good. It's better close quarters. Just for quick jobs, say like on your back bumper, your quarter panels, your wheels and tires, those kind of areas. So we have 64-1 Incredible Suds in this one. Spray's so good. It does get a little strong on the edges and a little bit less on the inside, but it doesn't have that lean issue that most have, where there's a skipping area in the middle where it doesn't get spray. It sprays consistently and well the whole time. Here we go up close. Man, look at that. This is what I'm talking about, how it's really strong right here on the edges and not in the middle, but it's still covered well in the middle. From further away, obviously not as good. Definitely got a big lean condition right down at the bottom, but up close, wheels and tires. Oh yeah, that's the thick stuff right there. Here's this one with Incredible Suds. When I got wider right here, you can see that lean condition, but once I pulled the fan in a little bit, Oh, look how thick that is. Perfect for wheels and tires. Back here, I mean, you could cover, but not like this. So this is your up close. A little bit further away. It covers, but you can see that lean condition right there. Man, up close. Really good foam. Now here's the big problem with this product. After a week or so of using it, I started noticing, I'm like, what is this? It's a vapor. It's not smoke. And I swapped the heads out with this bottle and they both do this same thing. You can see it clouding up on the inside. That's what I'm talking about. It's not smoke. It's vapor. Where is that vapor coming from? That does this empty too. It's not the liquid that's in there. Something is going on, but that's up for you to decide. You saw how well it sprayed. You saw all the good things about it. And that's probably the biggest problem there. And it's something that would make me question whether to buy that. That vapor is a little concerning, wouldn't it be to you? So the great thing about these air compressor style ones, we don't have to put a load on them because all they do is compress air. The pressure and the trigger pushes out, right? So nothing changes the load on the motor. So all I have to do is lodge the button automatic and let it run and see how long it runs. We'll calculate the testing time that we did from the full charge, and we'll give you kind of a duration of what you would expect it to last. Four minutes and 11 seconds. It died. I was on the other side of the wall on my computer, but maybe a little bit less than that, maybe 4 minutes, 9 seconds before I could hit the stop button. The one thing is I have filmed this video twice because I forgot to plug my mic into the camera. It was showing green bars the whole time, but the camera was never recording the audio. So I had to refilm this whole video again. So that first video, about, I'd say 5 minutes of play around time, you know, on and off camera. This video, 5 minutes, and the 4 minutes, 11 seconds, about 15 minutes, I would say. Now, when I did the torture testing, 8 days, it died. I had to do it again. Now, the one I used before, it lasts 40 to 60 minutes, and I've charged it once in the entire time that I've owned it, because when you just do your wheels and tires, that's not a whole lot of runtime overall. So that with the vapor, I don't know, that makes it even less attractive to me. Plus it's 40-something dollars. So, I mean, there you go. I gave you that information. I don't know. It's kind of a 50-50 for me. You're kind of playing the lottery, whether that's going to be good or not, and whether that vapor is contaminating the liquid. Don't forget to check out the links below for anything in the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. But since we don't got any bloopers, we're going to be working with the Detailers Podcast Network. If you don't know who that is, EC Details YouTube channel and Jamie the Cleaner have their Keep It Real and their Cleaner Cast podcasts. I've been on both. Great communities, great people. They have decided to join forces and create a new channel called the Detailers Podcast Network. We're going to be working with them on their first episodes to be a part of the 20,000 subscriber giveaway. We'll be giving away on their podcast. We don't quite know the dates yet, but that will be a couple weeks down the line. I'll release a main channel video called the Subscriber Celebration. We'll go over channel financials, channel health. We'll go over what's going on, what our plans are, and everything about the celebration. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing that with the Detailer. Now I got bloopers.